This is another one of those times where I'm not sure exactly what's going on or what I'm being exposed to, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to freaking like it. Hey everybody, it's Old School Nerd. I have no idea why that went up there. Let's move it back. Wow. What happens when you do shit live? That's what I'm saying. Hey everybody. This request comes from the Council of Nerddom. It's a group of 18 people who have decided, hey, we don't want to just be followers of your channel. We want to say what happens. Oh, great. Anyway, so this request comes from one of them. Thank you very much. All right. The name of the band is called Swallow the Sun. They're from Century Media Records. We just saw Arch Enemy, so we're excited about that one. This is a follow-up for Century Media. We're doing back-to-back. This one is called Woven into Sorrow. It's not going to be a live performance. It's not going to be a band playthrough. It's going to be a visualization video with words and, artistically done. And I'm okay with that. Now, I've never heard this band before. I've never seen this. All I know is to get this shot for you, I scrolled ahead. And by using this little thing right here until I got to this where it says Woven in Sorrow, and I just kind of stopped right there and I kept it on pause so I could see where it says Woven in Sorrow, and I see a guy in a web. That's about all I know. Never heard this band before. Don't know where they're from, but I will be checking out who they are and where they're from right after I see this for the first time. I try to go into these reactions, especially if I've never seen the band before, with no knowledge, so I can get that. Let them tell me who they are with their music. Cool. Check us out on OldSkuleNerd.com. It's got all of our social media posts, the Patreon link for those who want to support the channel, and the merchandise store. Remember, guys, between now and Memorial Day weekend, on all of our live streams, every way that we monetize our channel is going to be converted into little flags like this. We're going to try to buy as many of these as we can, and we're going to put them out on the graves of those who have given the ultimate sacrifice on Memorial Day. We do it every year. It's called Flags for the Fallen. That was a shameless plug, but I got to remind everyone because they told me to. All right, here we go. Swallow the Sun. It's a great name for a band. Very grunge sounding. It's kind of like, kind of reminds me of Black Hole Sun. Remember the song? From exactly. Yeah, you remember. That's a pretty cool logo. It's way better than the words I put up at the top. I love that snare hit. It's off count, and I love it. It's just after the downbeat. It's great. Love that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here I'm going 1, 2, 3, God. That snare hit is everything to me. You don't understand when storytelling is done where you can feel that downbeat count, and they throw the snare hit isn't on the 3, it's on the 3 and or the 3. It's done properly. It's a feeling. It's music, man. I'm all about that. I'm all about a snare hit. I'm sorry.
I stared into the eyes and turned into the one. And I became the one. The chain I drag behind. The one stand alone before the one. I swore I wouldn't give in, but all I had is you. The one, the one.
Ooh.
I'm broken from the one, rolling into sorrow. I'm blind, but still you So I became the one, the stone I carved inside on a mile of time. The one, the soul I left behind, so pale I drew time. The fallen one, the
Those strings.
I'm broken from the one, rolling into sorrow. I'm blind, but still you love. From the heart of wonder, rolling into sorrow. I'm blind, but still you love.
It's a good little spot to stop it real quick. This is chill music. This is the kind of music where this is something where you do a lot of reflection. It's a very sad song. It's a very encompassing song. The way it's arranged is perfectly done. The composition has it where when they're doing this, the verse part, you're lulled into what appears to be similar to an echo, all the way down to the drummer hitting that off count snare hit. So it's 3 pop instead of dropping it on the 3 and keeping it, timed out. He's allowing that snare hit to come right after the 3rd count. It's an off hit, but it makes it kind of an echo, almost like a dreamscape where it's kind of drawn out. And it's doing that on purpose. So many metal bands nowadays have a tendency to go full symphonic synthesizer string accompaniment, where it's like they're doing strings on a keyboard and it's this overwhelming just duh. And when I say that, please don't think that I'm hating on Nightwish or Epic or anyone else. I'm not. Their shit's awesome. This is an intimate. So rather than doing an entire string section of a orchestra, they bring it down to a piano. Not a key section, not a synth section, not a pad section, just a piano. Where you hear just that one piano and it makes you feel alone, it makes you feel isolated, and it makes you feel cold. And it's done perfectly. And if this band sees my reaction and they're like, this guy has no freaking clue what he's talking about, fine. But if I'm right, let me know. It gives you a sense of being powerless. Now, when they go up to this guitar solo, by the way, that guitar riff was so deep and heavy and so well done. It added an ominous, you went from being lost to being suffocated. It was overwhelming and it was really, really good. But instead of going to like a full orchestra sound, they broke it down to like, it sounds like 2 violins and a cello player, or a violin and 2 cello players in that string section for the chorus, to where it had it there. It had that textural feel of strings, whether it be 2 violins and a cellist or a violin and 2 cellists. But because it was only like 3 of them, it felt very vulnerable. Right? You still felt kind of alone. And it brought that sorrow that you're woven into. There's layers being put, but you still feel alone. Because it's a lyrical animated video, I can see the words as he's singing them. His voice is very haunting. And then whenever he goes to the chorus, you're like, it's a comforting voice. But then you realize he's alone in here with me. We're together, but we're still alone. It's a very odd concept. It's haunting. And it's done perfectly. It's done perfect. This song here would be interesting to see live, because I would want to know which way they would do it. Would they break it down and just let the guitarist, the drummer, and the bass player keep it very simple, and maybe have the string and piano accompaniments on a play track? Or would they bring someone in? Or would they negate the strings and piano altogether and just keep it guttural and hard? I just feel that if they do that in a live performance, it would lessen that intimate feeling. But based upon where you put it in the set, and if you break it down enough, it may be even more haunting. A lot of possibilities here. Most bands can do that. A good example of that is The Haunt. They're a band from Florida, and they toured with The Who. And their entire album is kind of a swanky, retro, popish, metal, emo style, right? But then whenever they toured with The Who, because The Who is so guttural and loud, they just said, fuck it, we're going to go hard. And they just played loud and brash and hard and just freaking ripped it the whole time. And it was a complete departure from their album in the style, but it worked. So I guess with this band, since this is the first song I've heard from them, I have this opinion of them, because this is the only song I've heard. Is this more of an accompaniment lonely band where they're going to tour with Ghost and it's going to fit in perfectly? Or do they have other songs that are hard and loud and brash and just as haunting, but in a different way? We don't know. Because this is my first experience to them, my first exposure, I feel a deep sense of artistry here. And storytelling is perfect. But at the same time, I'm hoping there's a light at the end of this, because this is so black hole at the bottom of this. Like this, if this song feels to me like there is no end to the darkness, like there's no light at the end of this tunnel. Does that make sense? This is my react. This is how I'm feeling when I hear this song, and I'm listening to how this. Look, I know I obsessed about that snare hit for the first quarter of this song, and I'm sorry, it was perfectly done. It was perfectly arranged for that. But as this thing gets woven, I'm lost in it. This is not the kind of song I want to play in my vehicle when I'm having a bad day. And it's certainly not a kind of song I want to play in the middle of the night while I'm trying to stay awake driving somewhere. No. But if I'm enjoying my coffee on a quiet Sunday morning and I'm thinking about all the things I want to get done this week, it's such a mood song. It really is. It's also kind of song when you just want to wrap your arms around the person you love and just hold them tight and let them know everything's going to be okay. I don't know if the words kind of rap with that, but, you know, the feeling of the song is there. Let's finish this out. I'm really enjoying this. Swallow the Sun. We have to check out more of these guys. Hey, in the comments below, let me know if there's another song that gives a different idea of this band that you'd like me to check out. Please let me know what the next song of Swallow the Sun needs to be. Is it going to be more like this? I don't know. It's up to you guys. Let me know. Love the piano. Love the way the piano's done. Now this is more synth here. The echo on that is perfect. Never mind. I got it. Thanks. I just asked everyone, hey, let me know if this band does anything else that's a little bit harder and stuff so I can check it out. And I said I unpause it and wow. I didn't know I had a genie. I got 2 wishes left. Better not mess them up. Wow, that was heavy. And it was aggressive, which I liked. Oh, I'm going to go back to that build up. That was a lot. I was like, I wasn't expecting that. Woo! Okay then. Answer your own question, idiot. Okay. Little Red Riding Hood? Wow. Wow. Moonflowers. It's the name of the album. Well, I'm going to let this play, show off the people, because the work they did on this is outstanding. They deserve it. All right. That's from Century Media, of course. I'm going to back it up to where we can see the album here. Swallow the Sun. The name of the album is Moonflowers. Okay, so that vocal performance as it transitioned was perfect. I don't know if in the band there's more than one vocalist or if the vocalist does all 3 of these parts. But the beginning is such a guttural whisper in a guttural, deep, haunting way. And then he goes into this growl vocal. But then in the chorus, you hear this soft, alluring, tempting voice. And if this one vocalist does all 3 of those vocal parts, 3 distinct sounds and feels, that's impressive. If they use more than one vocalist, it's no problem. In the context of the song, it's done perfectly. Wow. This comes from a request from one of my Patreon members. And I've never heard of this band. And I love the artistic expression in here. It's done perfectly. Man, we're back-to-back great bands today. Arch Enemy did one. Probably their best song I've heard from them as far as composition and storytelling musically. And this thing is a journey and a half. And I did like how throughout the video, more and more pieces were added to the ensnaring of this being, this person. Started off with webs and then flowers, and then the thorns were inlaid, and then of course that sun behind Swallow the Sun, that red circle gets put behind his head. It almost looks like a halo on a saint, Judeo-Christianity saint with the halo. But all those different elements come together, and then at the end, it's just completely lost in this darkness. Wow. I have a lot of questions about this band now, so I'm going to have to do some research, find out more about them. If you have some comments about them because you know about Swallow the Sun, please let me know in the comments. Remember, I don't know anything, so don't give me too much shit. I'm trying to learn here. If you know more about this band, some of their stylings, how many members are in the band, if there are more than one vocalist, if there's another video that goes a little bit in a different direction to kind of throw me back a little bit, please put it in the comments below. Let me know what the name of the song is, and I'll look it up, do a reaction to it, and we can share that together. My name is Old School Nerd. This was Swallow the Sun. And the name of the song is Woven into Sorrow, and that was a freaking trip, man. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that snare hit. I'm not going to lie. That snare hit was perfect. That thing, for the first quarter of that song, to me, all I could hear was that damn snare hit right after the third count. And it's haunting me even now. It's kind of like a lyric to a song, like Call Me Maybe, or a Taylor Swift song that even though you hate it, it gets in your head and you can't get it out. Yeah, I hear 1, 2, 3, pop. 3, pop. I mean, and it's not going to stop. And yeah, I have issues, obviously.